Alrighty, right. Start streaming to YouTube, start streaming to Twitch, start streaming to Twitch, oh boy. Alrighty. Greetings ladies and lads, and welcome to another great, awesome hobby hangout. Today, we are going to paint the biggest miniature. The biggest? Yeah, surely. Surely the biggest miniature that the Cursed City has to offer, the Vargskyr. I've painted him already twice before. This is the one I originally painted for my speed painting guide back in the day. And today I just hope to try and emulate the glory of my former self. So, yeah, let's just go for it. I can immediately tell you what it do, says Vast Ocean Blue. You mean the Vargskyr? That thing actually hits like a truck. I'm pretty sure this thing. So, in a stream not too long ago, I mentioned that Brutok has already died. The hero Brutok from the Warhammer Quest has died in our game. I'm fairly certain that it was actually the Vargskyr that killed him, and because we got a random event called, I think, Raduka in Pursuit or something, he died for good, because we were, the team wasn't able to retrieve him. Yeah, I think this guy actually killed one of our main melee tanks, so it's a beast in the game for sure. You also have to actually summon it before you can kill it. So very tough to kill. Yeah. The thing it does mainly is look very menacing, as it tries to cover up the fact that it is actually nothing more than just a failed vampire, more or less. So what you're seeing right here is what happens when the transformation to become a vampire just fails, straight up. You can't keep your bestial instincts in check, and the result is that you turn into the very beast that you tried to harness the powers from. But yeah, how are you doing, Vash? Everything alright? Did you have a good start into your week? I, for myself, had quite a good start yesterday. Today was a bit rough. I don't know what happened. I think I just, slept badly or something. I think I'm actually getting like a little bit... I actually think I'm getting too much sleep. So, 8 hours I think is actually too much. I think for me, 6 hours would actually be better. Either that or, it's something else. But I'm trying the less sleep method today. I'll go to bed a little bit later. Matt from Pressbook says, good evening, how you doing? I'm doing quite alright. Quite alright. I've been preparing enough shorts so that something will come out every day until already Christmas, I think. Which, don't get me wrong, it still took one hell of an effort to prepare that many videos. And it also takes into consideration, for example, today, no short was released because I streamed today. So every day that I stream is already out of that conclusion and out of that, mathematic equation. And I already have a very big and cool project planned that I just hope that I can pull off, which will be some sort of Christmas advent calendar, but instead of churning out a video every day, because I don't have that much time, I'm gonna be streaming every evening for the whole of September, for the whole of December. Actually, I think am I doing a mistake currently? Not quite sure. Maybe. I think I'm actually doing a mistake right now. In the original speed painting guide that I posted, I spray painted the Vargskyr white, which allowed me to move straight onto the fur, but I think this, what I'm doing right now, is actually a mistake. I think I need to get some, at least some Ulthuan Grey. Do I have Ulthuan Grey? Oh yeah, to get do that done. I've done 32 dwarves, now just varnish. Oh damn, you actually varnish your miniatures? Wow. Man of quality right there. 32 dwarf is nothing to scoff at either. Good job. What kind of dwarfs? Quarrelers? Musketeers? Just regular warriors or longbeards? What you doing? What did you do? Hang on, what did I actually use for the skin? Ulthuan Grey would be my guess, but... I mean, the prime is of course a white scar. Ushab the Bone and Administratum Grey and Ulthuan Grey. So pretty much palette white flesh, more or less. So I'll switch right to... let's just continue with Ulthuan Grey for now. And then just do... Because we will need 2 coats, you know, painting more or less pure white over a pure black. So why not do the palette white flesh later? The feet I will not touch. And the hands, those shall be reserved for purple. Quarrelers, alright. So some old school dwarves. Crazy to think that they are actually dwarves and dwarven leaders that think that like stuff like muskets and cannons is too modern. And they'd rather fight the old-fashioned way with bolt throwers and crossbows. But you know, to each their own, eh? So, today we'll be roughly streaming around, like, till around 8 o'clock. That's the plan, at least for me. Because, you know, as every Tuesday my girlfriend is currently at work. And I want to have dinner ready for her when she comes back. I kinda do have dinner already, you know, completely done. I made some mashed potatoes yesterday for what I cooked up yesterday. So now I only have to fry up some sausages and toss some damn, that would have been a lot smoother if I didn't have a voice crack. Toss some salad. And, but yeah. I'm gonna make sure that everything is ready when she gets here. Well, well, well. Did you have a good start into your week, though? Did you both? For me, it's actually the last week of vacation. I can't believe that it's already so late in the week, like so late. It feels like yesterday that I got that I went on vacation, basically. I don't know where all the time went. Mostly into editing, but dang, man. I really need to make the most out of these next few days, because I need to make sure that everything is ready for the next year to come. Once varnished, I'll provide the photo? Oh yeah, sure, please do. Oh. Message on Discord? What? Okay. Heinrich wanted to meet up with me, but I don't think I can. Just so much stuff. And when I meet up with him, I kind of want to do something chill and not try to rush to do some content. So we had planned that we would meet up for a game of Warcry. But I have neither the terrain nor my troops ready. again, I don't know where all the time went. I think I'm just lazy. So... anything else that I can talk about? Not really. It's one of these awkward moments where I would like to tell you some stuff that I did during the week, but literally the only stuff that I did was edit, basically, mostly. Yeah. And if I remember, you wanted to work on that board, yet nothing. Yeah. Again, it's just been rough. I wanna complete all of that during my last days of vacation. However, I've also been kinda slacking with my diploma. I think I'm still, you know, well within the time frame of a regular diploma. However, I want to do something rather grand. And so I don't know where to take all that time from. I think I'll approach all of that maybe on Thursday, so overmorrow, and use tomorrow for, I think, to mostly paint up the Rotmire Creed. So tomorrow I'll finish the Rotmire Creed. Overmorrow on Thursday I'll tackle the board. And, you know, that's 2 more projects done. And after that, I really want to tackle the Industra, the Celestial Spear that you guys got me. Haven't started on her as well, and of course she's gonna be my main priority, because I definitely want to have that video out before Christmas. I think I'll release it around the 20th, you know. Because the thing with these Christmas specials is I used to release them, you know, on Christmas Day, so on the 24th. But, you know, if you are watching it like a day later or 2, Christmas is already over. And at least for me last year, it really, like, I really have the feeling that the Christmas spirit fades right after Christmas. You know, it starts to fade rather quickly, unfortunately, because you have to make, you know, room for the new year and stuff. So I want to make sure that if I release a Christmas special, and when I release it, that, you know, it is still well within the Christmas spirit. And, you know, also during a time where nothing too crazy is going on. I don't know how it is with you, but we are always celebrating Christmas rather big. So we are celebrating it till the, like, 26th, more or less. So 24th is just, like, you know, hanging around with the closest family members. Then after that, we'll usually visit my grandma. After that, we'll visit my uncle and stuff like that. So, you know. And that's why I imagine that a lot of people are actually rather busy during the Christmas days. So I'll give you your Christmas present a little bit earlier. Yeah, now that I paint this guy, I think there are actually some bits of sprue left. Yeah, look over here. There we go. Found the culprit. Whoever prepared this miniature did not do a good job. Because for once it wasn't me, actually. I got this puppy, this literal puppy, used from eBay. Hang on. I'll scrape off this mold line now after the fact. Now, as we are doing the first coat of paint after the primer, I think that's still early enough. And I'll also try to cut off this sprue bit. After all, I do hope to sell this baby. So yeah. I'm not quite sure what I want to do for the next stream, actually. Because I'm feeling like streaming on Thursdays. So this Thursday again. which I'm not sure if we should continue with the redesign of the Stormcast, which was very, a whole lot of fun, and presents an entire new host of challenges to me, as a upstarting concept designer / artist / illustrator, And that was a very cool thing to attempt. So far, I think the redesigns are rather bland. I don't really like them. I think, we do have some unusual stuff going on, but it's not a fully, fleshed out design. And I definitely see now that I'm trying to do it myself, I've not been happy about the Stormcast Eternal design. And I've been kinda shitting on them a bit. But again, now that I'm trying it for myself to try and design them, yeah. It's a whole different story. I get why they did. Now I can, I really get why they did what they did. Because I, so far, don't really know how I would portray Sigmar's Chosen. Because you want your classical good guy vibe, so you can't go too harsh in the armored knight direction. You can't go too crazy with historical accuracy, because then you just end up with a bulky knight. A lot of knight designs are already there on the market, and you want to have something that you can trademark. You want to have something recognizable and all of that good stuff. So yeah, it's really been tough, and so far I really don't see that I have checked even one of those boxes. I think the last design we did last week, that, with that we were kinda cooking. But apart from that, I'm not too sure. Yeah. It feels so stupid painting white over this black primer. I wasn't sure what primer the mini had, and again I spent the whole day on the editing page. I spent the whole day in DaVinci Resolve, so I didn't check what the miniature had been primed with. I actually wasn't sure if the guy was primed at all. That would have been awkward. If he wouldn't have been primed, I think we would have painted maybe a Stormcast Eternal, funnily enough, or I also would have really liked to paint up an Admech, an Adeptus Mechanicus priest. So I think we'll save that for the next week. Because I don't know what else. So I use an Adeptus Mechanicus clerk in pretty much every list I run as the Astra Militarum, because these guys are just so dang useful in fixing out your tanks mid-battle. And they also do really pack a punch. Like one of my in a match I ran a few years ago, I distinctly remember the Adeptus Mechanicum priest wounding Gilliman with his I think, like, extra arm, with his power arm or something. So yeah, these guys really can pack a punch. But funnily enough, I don't really have a model for them yet. I bought one, but I haven't built it yet. I've always been using an old, like a very old Ministrorum priest as my tech priest proxy. And I don't want to bear that shame anymore. Especially not that, that I have that model. And speaking about the Adeptus Mechanicus, did you guys see the new reveals that James Workshop put out? I think today even. Or maybe yesterday late? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that was crazy. And they looked really cool. Like, Tiny and I were so underwhelmed by the Admech reveals for 30k. I think 2 weeks ago? I think, yeah, 2 weeks ago. And now they put out these, like, heavy destroyers. They look amazing. They look really cool. And I think they also, you know, offer lots of rooms for like nice kit bashing and, you know, part collection for maybe your own homebrewed Dark Mechanicum. It really is cool to see. I'm not watching the releases for 40k anymore, just Old World, even time to time. Oh, really? I mean, I'm also not really, like, following them very precisely. It's just that I basically happened to stumble over them today as I was looking for reference material and just typed in Games Workshop releases, and then they popped up on Google Images. And then during a break, I opened up Instagram and saw them there again. Had a little bit of better look. So again, I'm not following them as acutely. How come you don't watch the 40k releases? Like, are you actually like properly avoiding them, or do you just not care anymore? Because I do get the fatigue a little bit. I mean, you are watching Old World though, so I think it probably has to do something with 40k. Which makes sense. I think for the last like month or two, you've been constantly in chat saying that you are working on dwarves, so of course should be able to put 2 and 2 together and guess that you're more of an Old World kind of guy. Photos coming? Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't care about 40k. I have an army of sisters, but I'm looking forward to sell them. Oh, really? Dang, okay. I mean, yeah. Just tired of the aesthetic and the verse, or is it more of a, you know, that you're an actual 40k player, or used to be, and now that the rules have gotten so shit that you've just fallen out of love with the game? I'm really asking the deep questions today, ain't I? Because, I mean, the reason I have stopped collecting 40k is pretty much the same. You know, the rules, I think, have gotten too silly, too stupid, basically. Too easy. Not flavorful enough anymore for me. And that's basically why I've stopped collecting Astra Militarum, because I just think, okay, you know, I would love to have a lore-accurate company or something, like with a probably mechanized company. I'd like to see all them chimeras lined up, and some howitzers in the back. But if I don't play with them, you know, what's the reason? It was never much interesting for me. I'm not a sci-fi guy, but I always had friends who had only 40k and nothing else. Ah, right, okay, I see. Okay, fair enough. That's very much fair enough. Oh shit, sorry. This guy is so tall, so big. I actually have to zoom out a little bit, hang on. So... okay. Finally we're getting somewhere. It's very rough, but as with most things, it very much is a trust in the process kinda moment. And I've missed an entire arm down there. Yeah. If you're painting your Vargskyr at home, don't prime him black. And if you do, at least do a Zenithal, like white spray from above. So... the fact that the fur is kind of mixing itself in, like the color of the fur, the XV88 is kind of, you know, mixing itself into the Ulthuan Grey that I'm using is actually not too bad. Because the Vargskyr is not supposed to look all cold. I actually do want the finish to be a little bit on the warmer side, just a little bit. So having a little bit of a warmer base coat. Again, not the worst thing in the world. Sent. Okay. Yeah. I'll check out my email. Oh, hang on. You probably sent it via Instagram, didn't you? Then I'll check over there. Just want to make sure that everything is covered so I can leave this guy to dry. Probably a lot of very blurry footage going on today, which I'm really sorry. I'm very much not used to swinging around such a big model on stream. Okay. On. Let's prop this guy up with a paint pot. Very rudimentary brush cleaning. Always keep your brushes clean, lads. Alright. So. Let's have a look. Matt sent in some pictures. Aha. Oh, got him. Doesn't happen often that I get them first try. Ooh, hell yeah. Dang, the nostalgia. The nostalgia hits kinda hard, not gonna lie. I'm gonna make some space. So turn that off. There we go. Hey, look at that. How did you like them apples? Very nice. Ah, classic dwarven quarrelers. They also look kinda old, aren't they? Like the skulls. Oh, is that some non-metallic metal on the horn right here? Definitely spotted. And some lovely bases as well. Love the snow. Very mountainy. And again, of course, one's from the back. Let me increase the brightness a bit. There we go. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. With different helmets and everything. I really like that. The red and the green. Looks very nice. Aren't the guys with capes, aren't they like special like scouting quarrelers? Or is that a Warhammer Total War thing? Not quite sure if I remember correctly. But yeah. I tried to do variations, but it didn't work much. I think it does work. As, you know, they don't look just like one homogeneous force, which I think, you know, is the entire deal, isn't it? Pretty good, pretty good. I like them. And the bases really give them, like, the bases themselves already breathe very much life into them. Very good job. Nice. Yeah, we'll use them as rangers. Rangers, bingo. Okay. Nice. Well done. Very well done. Whoop. Sorry, I have my phone on loud because my landlord tried calling me today. I want to make sure that I get his call the next time. So then we do that. That's pretty much unnecessary. After that we do like Gorthor Brown, which I don't have, but I have Night Questor Flesh, which is pretty much, you know, it's close enough. Thanks. Oh yeah, no, you know, Well deserved, well deserved. To the victor the laurels, right? So, very well done. Thanks for sending that in. I've also been trying to, you know, set up a proper Discord. Didn't come far so far. Only looked into it very, you know, very much on the surface. But I think after the stream I'll edit one more short where I actually, like, you know, try to address it to Inquisitor directly. You know, put his name in the caption that usually results in, you know, the mentioned person getting a notification. So hopefully I can reach out to him this way. Even, you know, just out of interest, I'd like to hear what he's doing. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me have a look at the tail again. What'd I do with that? Okay, I don't show, nice. Oh no, I do show. Okay, so it really is the lower portion. We really are looking for a sweet, sweet gradient in the fur, starting with XV88 over Gothor Brown, and then in the end going to Dryad Bark and Skavenblight Dinge. Games Workshop again was definitely, or rather Heavy Metal was cooking when they designed his fur to be darker toward the middle of each patch. Really like, I really like that. I think my speed painting guide is also like very well holding up. At least the guide itself, the painting guide. The one problem I do have though with my older painting guides is that a lot of the results that you see are relying rather heavily on a very good coat of Nuln Oil. You know, after which you of course upgrade it again, but you know, after that you usually have to do another highlighting stage. But again, the Nuln Oil is quite important, especially the staining effect that it used to have. But Games Workshop now decided to, you know, redesign it, mix it up a little differently to reduce the stain effect. In my mind, just a way of them saying, hey, we want to sell the same amount of paint with less amount of pigment. And that's just my tinfoil hat conspiracy. But yeah, now I'm not as sure anymore that all of my guides actually still work. Should definitely check that out. Yeah. I also have come into contact via the YouTube comments section under one of my shorts with a guy who told me that he has a Tornus the Redeemed miniature lying under his bed, you know, completely shelved, half painted, with no desire to finish it. So I, you know, shot my shot and was like, hey man, if you want, I'd be happy to paint it for you. I get a nice video out of it and you get your Tornus the Redeemed painted fully free of charge. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? Then I didn't hear back from him and was like, okay, was kinda, you know, hidden maybe a miss. But then he actually replied back and said, yeah, that's kind of a good idea. Now I'm waiting for him to reach me via email or Instagram, which he so far hasn't done, but you know, people are busy, I understand it. I'm hella busy myself. But yeah, that would be another cool community project. That, and of course, Nobody's Chiton Demon Engine, which I also will very soon finally be able to give him the green light to send it to me. because I finally found out what the problem was with the way that I set up my, or tried to set up my PO box. Because apparently my DHL account got suspended for some reason. Like, not suspended, but like, apparently it never really registered, which is weird because I do have a PO box for letters. But yeah, I tried signing in, look after the status of my post PO box, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this account doesn't exist." Like, okay, so I set up a new one. I'm now waiting for a letter to come home to me verifying that, you know, it's actually me who set up the PO box. And after that, we should be golden. Oh, finally, after all this time. I'll, of course, you know, put it in the community page and then link it under all these streams. You know, that specific post. So you guys can send me any, I don't know, fan mail, funny ideas, miniatures that you'd like to have me paint, and so on. To that very box. So, okay. Now we need to switch to, I think it's probably Mornfang Brown, right? I'm putting way too many shades in here. Oh? No, actually not. What, really? Dang, okay. That's not even dried bark, okay. Let's just step it up right to Skavenblight Dinch. Where do we have it? Or rather, Ashen Grey. How many people are watching, by the way? Oh, 4 people. Hello. Good evening. There we go. You can already see. Hope you guys can already see the vision. What I'm going for here. The fur on this guy is actually rather easy. It really is just a matter of, you know, getting the base, like this base fade right. Which is totally fine if it's a little bit more on the rough side. You know, rough, as it is a dog, basically. But no, for real, it's okay if it's a little bit more on the rough side. Because afterwards we can, you know, after the wash and the subsequent dry brush, nobody will see any irregularities anymore. How did I do it up here? Okay. Just these tufts. I'm very glad that I have my that I have my original Vargskyr right next to me so I can check all the time. If what I'm doing is still correct. But yeah. I think this works rather nicely. But yeah. I think after these, you know, days of vacation, I'll definitely dial it a little bit back in terms of my production to YouTube, because again, for the last like week or so, I've done nothing else but edit, film, and stream. And although that's lovely, I'm falling behind on all my other stuff. And that's not so lovely. But I highly appreciate all of you guys being here. By the way, the support and like the numbers, you know, of channel growth that I've been experiencing for the past like couple of weeks are insane. They're so good. Thank you guys so much for all of your like for every single one of you joining and checking out these channels and checking out my videos. It's been a great boost of motivation. It's actually been very amazing. And of course, another huge thank you to my channel members, Matt, Nobody, and my girlfriend, who are supporting me, you know, with direct monetary incentive, even though I can't really offer them much for it. Matt says, tell me about it. I have minis I want to do so badly for a long time, and still more comes. Oh yeah. This year might actually be one of the first years where I don't wish for any more Warhammer from Santa. Because I have too much, and I can't find the time. Would be a little bit of a different story as if Darkwater was out already. Then I'd probably wish for that. But as it is not, I don't see a reason to, for example, wish for Iridan the Redeemed, my so far favorite Stormcast matcher. Iridan the Witness. Because even though he's a cool model, he's also a big model and I don't have time. So, there we go. I would also really like to do another 24-hour stream or something along those lines. But I feel like the only real possibility that I have for that is this weekend, which is already full with other stuff. Or maybe a little bit later down the line, I'm not sure. Need to ask my girlfriend. Okay, there we go. Oh, completely missed this side. I maybe need to go over the grey parts with another coat. Because I'm not sure if the brown tones aren't blending in too much with the grey. But yeah, there we are so far. Not too bad of a start. Not too bad of a start at all. Matt says if it's during the weekend I'm in. Oh yeah, for sure it will be during a weekend. But again, I'll let you all know because that's a big project. And I will make sure that you guys know of it beforehand. Again, I thought of doing it this weekend, but it's not gonna happen this weekend. I need to do other stuff. I need to prepare more videos, like proper long form videos for the future. I need to get some projects off my table. So far I have on my table right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects on my table, on 7 on this very table right now. Let us know on the Discord server, you cheeky bugger. Yeah, I need to look into that as well. I really hope that nobody reaches back out to me because I would hate to set up a Discord server and not, you know, take advantage of what he did already. Because I know how much work that is. Oh wow, okay. I'm actually so much of a madman that in the original Speedpainting guide I've gone straight to dry brushing. Which is understandable. Still. Oh wow, and then a wash? Dang. I was reckless. Holy shit. But because we need to still wait a second for everything to properly dry, let me actually dab some paint off of the sculpt. It's kinda insane how thick I laid it on here. Oops, sorry. Yep. But again, because we need to wait for everything to dry properly, I say just let's move just right on to the next thing, which are these bits of skin that he has in between, you know, some of his arms. You know, you can clearly see where the wings would have been if the transformation would have gone correctly. These guys, like, these are going to be very red. These are going to be, you know, casual skin tone. A very reddish skin tone, reddish terracotta. Yeah. Let's just move on to that. And after that, it's a little bit of a drying time. I wonder what we'll do then. Maybe some zombies. Still have some on my desk. Haven't got to finish them so far. By the way, as we are streaming, there's also another very big event happening in the broader world of the internet. The Game Awards. Do you guys have any stakes? Have you guys done a vote so far? Are you abstaining? Are you hoping for a specific game to win? Because, you know, looking at the Game Awards, it's actually crazy how many incredible games have come out this year. One of my personal favorites of this year, of course, was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I haven't played it, which, you know, sounds kinda dumb of me to say that it's already one of my favorite games. But it basically just is a longer and better Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. And I loved Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. It's an incredible game. Highly recommended. And so, you know, it's definitely one of my contenders. Silk Song I like just on a conceptual level. I think one of my friends once gifted me, what's it called again? Hollow Knight? But I haven't played that yet. I mean, again, I'm just telling you how little time I have for the work that I actually do. My free time is, of course, even less. And of course, you know, much of that free time I want to spend with my girlfriend. Even less time for gaming. But yeah. And I just need to get that off my chest. One of the biggest, in my opinion, underdogs, at least for me personally, something that I would not expect to say, is Dispatch. I'm actually really rooting for Dispatch to get the award in the category that they are nominated in, which I think is like indie game or something. Incredible game. I've been, you know, sucked into the Dispatch fandom over the last couple of weeks. It looks like an incredible game. Not too sure gameplay-wise, but definitely story-wise. And I want to try it out in the very near future. To have a look and see what all the fuss is about. But I'm a huge fan of like the characters and the story and everything. Which, you know, is not maybe if the gameplay sucks, of course, you know, would be rather misplaced in a Game of the Year category. But so far I've only heard good about the game. I started playing after a year-old school Battle for Middle-earth 2. I'm having a blast. Battle for Middle-earth 2? Dang! And I thought I was old school with starting up Anno 2070. 2070, a couple of weeks ago. Battle for Middle-earth. So you're saying you're having a blast? Still a good game? I think I played the original Battle for Middle-earth. Those dang Yorukai. I love playing the Rohirrim. You know, them cavalry charges. Amazing. At least if we are talking about the right, you know, same game, I hope. But yeah, nice. Good to see. Good to see. I still love how like a lot of the older games or a lot of old games are still clearing. Still good? Nice. Again, I really like to see older games still having huge or like at least rather sizable fan numbers. Still perfect online works? Really? Oh yeah! I always remember them old games these old games do have already like some online capabilities. I always forget that. Cool. Glad to see that. Glad to hear that, rather. I think the most surprising online community that I so far stumbled upon was fucking Command and Conquer 2 or 3, where it was really easy to still find people playing the game and like to get a match, you know? That was crazy. And even like among friends, it's incredibly easy to just host a game and set a link up without any other, supporting framework like Steam. Very cool to see. Meanwhile, you have games like the new Call of Duty, which just shit the bed in terms of pretty much everything. But nice. But Battle for Middle-earth 2 is one of these, like, real-time strategy games, right? So you basically build out a base, you conquer more, I think, base-building plots to build more bases, and then set up recruitment and stuff like that, and then you basically conquer the whole map before moving on to a different map, right? It's that... Did I explain that correctly? Did I summarize it correctly? Because that's the Lord of the Rings game that I'm talking about. Might have been Middle-earth Conquest, though. Not quite sure how it was called. So long ago. Did I catch everything? No. No, I didn't. What next? The fur is still not dry, so I think we need to go to the next skin parts, which are his wings, like the little baby wings that he has on his shoulder right there. Matt says, "Yep, RTS classics. I have my Elven Archer custom and blasting everything with dwarves. You happy to talk about the right game? Oh, okay, bingo, nice. There's this so-called all-in-one launcher to download and enjoy. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Alright. Glad to hear, glad to hear. There are so many sad and melancholic tales of people, checking out their old game and just see how it has basically withered and died. So I'm very glad to always hear stories about, people still finding their old games in a good shape. So the wings, the little wings, are actually painted with corn red, for which I will take a smaller brush. Because when working with all that white, I want to make sure that I don't hit any of that. Oh shit. Just write Battle for Middle-earth all-in-one launcher. Supported with 4K resolution, really? And all mods you can remember are there too? Crazy, okay. Dang, love it. Very glad to hear. Active community and everything. Sweet. I actually kinda hoped, by the way, I actually kinda hoped for Illunas to be here as we stream, because I think he... Didn't he say that he still needed to paint his Vargskyr? I thought this stream would have been a nice way to get him to it. You know? Paint alongside. See how long it takes him and flex on him. That's a joke. Okay, a bit rough. We'll need a second coat as well. Oh, that's fine. There we go. What else is there? What happened this week? I've been really enjoying editing these little shorts, and I've definitely gotten a lot better at it as well. You know, I've come from maybe 3 to 4 shorts in a day to now 6 shorts in around like a couple of hours. So it's been great to see. I've also learned a lot about my editing program. And I've also updated it, which now leaves me even more like ease of use, of course, quality of life improvements, but also a lot of features that I didn't have before. For example, there are these things called WebP. You know, WebP, what's it called? Data type, basically. And that's used for nowadays a lot of like video, image, and text. I think maybe not text, but definitely video and image sources. And the old DaVinci Resolve couldn't use it. Like, it couldn't read that. Now the new one can, and it has improved the quality of my life a whole lot. Because every time I encountered a WebP data type, I either had to look for something else or had to make a screenshot to make it usable. And now I can just steal it without having to do that. So yeah, that's been great. I've been definitely leveling up my editing skills. And I really hope that you guys are maybe A, seeing that too in the videos, or at least B, will see that in upcoming video projects, which are more, you know, long form. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So, next up, so that was Corn Red that we used. The guide now calls for us to dry brush these wingies with some Buckman's Glow. Can't do that because it's still drying, but what I want to do is pick out his ears with Buckman's Glow. There we go. Incredibly chill music. So glad I found this playlist, man. Really been enjoying that. And by the way, Matt, now that you've finished your dwarves, what's the next project that you're having an eye at? Having your eyes laid upon? Let me guess, is it more dwarves? Maybe some musketeers. Or maybe a singular character for a change. Oops, sorry. And by the way, now that the community projects are really starting to take form, you know, you talked about selling your Sisters of Battles. Don't send me the entire army, but if you want, if there's like a miniature where you think, oh dang, I'd like to see this maybe repainted or finished or something, feel free to hold back on it for a second. If you want me to have a crack at it, I'll send it back to you and you can sell it then afterwards. That's of course completely fine. But you know, if you want to have your project eternalized in a video on the internet. That's of course an option. Yep, more dwarves, but Miao Ying is waiting. Miao Ying. Oh dang! Did I hear Grand Cathay? You summoned Tiyun. Oh hell yeah. I've just edited a short where I mention you, Tiyun. Basically just some more encouragement for you to keep painting. Have you started on your... Oh no, hang on, the miniatures have just been revealed. You don't have it yet, right? But yeah. How are you doing, man? Everything alright? What are you currently painting on? Oh, guten evening! Guten evening, says Panzerkitsune. Good Abend, my man. Hang on, is that more fur? It is. Okay. I need to wait out some... I need to wait for the rest of the fur to dry. And as long as that hasn't happened, why not take a finer brush and refine the skin? I'm starting to think about building a Cathay army. I'm hooked, but dwarves. I mean, they will get another regiment, right? Great way to start it. I think the new regiment even has more in stock than the current regiment. So, you know. Tian says, I'm good, not painting really. School is getting so hard. Oh, really? Dang. You know, I have, people always told me when I was your age, people always told me, enjoy school now, it'll only get worse later. And there are definitely a lot of reasons for me, and like for anybody to not agree to that. You know, it is rather nice to be able to, take your own decisions, make your own decisions. But at the same time, when it comes to work and stuff, it is definitely nice to have a strict plan given to you and, just do that, right? to not to have to put any thought into the thing that you're working for and with. So, yeah. It'll get harder, but, I promise you there will be times where you look at it fondly. Back at it fondly. Though most of these memories will be shit you've done, like, shenanigans you did with your friends. Oops, there we are. Yeah, that's what I miss. That's what you miss? Yeah, I love light infantry, even in Total War. Yeah. The peasant levies are looking, they do look very, very nice. Can't say anything else. Great miniatures for Cathay. The structure? Oh yeah. So the academy where I am at is a little bit more unique in the sense that it actually has like a plan. They make the plan and you just follow the plan. Which is definitely very nice. I like that academy a lot more. Like that part I do like a lot more than regular university, where you have to set up your own plan and make sure that you get it in every course, and you have to, collect credit points and stuff. Not with the academy where I'm currently at. That definitely is, in my opinion, a luxury. The thing is, though, I do like to be given structure, but I also like to forge my own path. One of the two. I don't like the twilight that you're in when you're at your regular university, where you have the freedom to make your own plan. But if there are any mistakes within that plan, then it'll bite you in the ass a couple semesters later. So, yeah, I don't like that wishy-washy thing. If I have the freedom to do my own stuff, I'd like to be able to do this stuff without, like, facing some unknown consequence later down the track. Why does Wraithbone smell so badly? I don't know. Does it? I mean, Wraithbone looks, like, not good. If that's good English. Oh no, that it is. It's fine. You're completely fine. I had to put on Mechanicus Grey because the primer Wraithbone smelled. It smelled. The primer smelled? The spray primer? It is still smelling bad, but not as much now. I'm painting my Taurox Prime now. Ooh, alright. Taurox are great miniatures. Great choice, great choice. We love vehicles, don't we? All my homies love vehicles. Especially as new vehicle releases get rarer and rarer nowadays. Yeah. Did you spray prime like in your flat? Because it sounds like that. You're right. And by the way, Tiyun, we were talking about the games of the year. Anything on there that you like? Anything that you're rooting for? In terms of, you know, game nomination maybe? And of course, you know, this question to be extended to the wider audience. No, outside 2 days ago? You sprayed outside 2 days ago and it still smells? Oh, does the miniature still smell? That's probably what you're trying to say, right? I shaked it well also. Well. I know when I buy some off-brand spray paint that sometimes has a little bit of a smell to it. But usually it's like smell that you would encounter in a freshly painted like room, for example. Like room paint. I don't know. No, because I don't play much games? Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah. Very fair enough. I don't either. I just heard about the games and, you know, had other people tell me how good they are. Or played the predecessor like a year ago or two. Just the aerosol of the spray can. Just paint over it. Yeah, that as well. I also like every time I prime something, I leave it outside, like in the basket of my bike. You know, closed off to air out the smell before I take it into my flat. Maybe that's something I could advise you to do. Yeah, play games much, but not much different games. Oh, right. Okay. Also very fair. I didn't either for the longest time. Because I don't have the time. Currently I'm playing a lot of Vintage Story, which is like a Minecraft spiritual successor, but like a lot harder. So a lot more unforgiving, a lot more survival focused. I highly recommend that game, but you do have to make some time for it. Because it is a very slow burn. Gonna do it after I have done lunchboxes. That's why I airbrush. Okay. Oh, that's something to wish for Christmas. I've always been, you know, for the last few days I've been thinking, oh, what should I don't have any wishes. I'm a very blessed man. I don't have anything to wish for this Christmas. But, you know, of course, the parents Santa tells me that I'm a good lad who deserves presents, who may have some presents. So, but yeah, a tank for like some compressed air, that would be perfect. Definitely need to keep that in mind. It's already 7:30. Dang. Alrighty. Gotta keep on the work. Burgundy. Just Burgundy. I'm calling Krampus to go by your house. Why? I've been a good boy. My streaming schedule has been so good lately. There was only a single stream that I called off. And I did do like another stream on Thursday last week to make it up to you guys. I've also been releasing stuff. I've been a very good man. You know, my girlfriend tells me I'm a good boy as well, so I don't know. Why would you send Krampus to my house? Also, you know, I'm more from the north of Germany. We don't really have Krampus up north. It's too cold for him there. Instead of Krampus, the flood will just get you and kill you. So, I don't know if that's too much better. Dang, look at that gap. What did the previous owner do? Unacceptable. I'll paint him up normally, but I'll probably circle back and close it off with green stuff. Paint that foot again. We're making great progress. Dang, my speed painting guide really still holds up, huh? By the way, if you want, I will send you a miniature, Tech Priest Dominus. It's the last left from my old school Skitari back from 7th edition. Ooh, dang. That actually sounds like something, like a rather high-stakes miniature. At least I would consider it to be, because it is, I imagine it to be rather a little bit, you know, old. You sure you want me to, like, have a crack at it and not paint it yourself? It feels like one of these things, for example, when Heinrich says, hey, you can paint my Grombrinder. And I'm just like, are you sure? Because it is an old and rare miniature. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to do it, but I, you know, again, want to make sure. Painting the hands as well. I'll paint it, you will have it. Oh, right, okay. Nah, you don't need to do that. That's not what ah, shit, okay, I'm painting over the webs, anyways. That's not what I meant. Don't need, you guys don't need to send me a painted miniatures. Only ones that you'd like me to paint maybe for you or finish for you. Very, very kind offer, don't get me wrong, very kind offer. But I think in that case I will decline. I want for you to keep that miniature for yourself. There we go, second hand. Really should not have painted the webs on his hands. That was a bad call on my end. Dune, anything I can paint for you? Any miniature where you think, hey, it's kinda a lot. Oh, well, actually, no. You need the experience, and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. You know, rob you of any painting joy and experience you might have. No. Disregard that. You need to paint your miniatures yourself. Yeah. That's what I thought. I'll put another condition in. You can send me your miniatures or miniatures you'd like me to paint, but you need to be at least 3 years in the hobby. Alright. Oh, whoops. You guys couldn't see. Dang, sorry. He stands in the corner collecting dust. Yeah, but you know, it's an old and rare miniature. Who knows? I have also a lot of miniatures that are just standing there, menacingly collecting dust. But I got 4 times as much as I paint. You got 4 times as much as you paint? Dang, you're a professional. Let's fucking go. Good man. Then I need to wait half a year? Oh yeah, really? You're already 2 years into the hobby? Dang. Okay. Well, then you still have to wait half a year. I have 11 years in the hobby, am I legit? You're legit, yeah. I want proof of that 11 years though. Send me a picture of your first miniature. That would also be cool. If the community, you know, once we reach a certain size and I have the Discord in order, I think then it would be rather nice to have a look at what you guys have been, like, what the first match is, right? Just comparing them. You sure? What, you're gonna bombard me with pictures? Then maybe hold off on that, because I'm not sure if I can, like, do them the honors and look through them all. You can't see that on my skills? No, I can. I'm just surprised. Because the picture that you did send me of your Space Marine already looked very good, remember? I'm pretty sure I included that in the email, that I was surprised. I just didn't think that you're in the hobby for so long already. I thought you just, I thought you told me that you just started with, like, Leviathan or something. I mean, Leviathan already is rather old. How old is Leviathan? No, it's just been a year, no? But yeah, I thought I saw your first miniature. Didn't you... Was the Space Marine Terminator not the first miniature that you painted? Hang on, what did I use for the feet next? By the way, the "you sure" message gives me flashbacks of the Omni, you know, let's Omni-Man flash in my head. Hang on, so we do the burgundy. What do we do then? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's supposed to be rather watered down, shit. 3 years it's Leviathan. Dang, really? Gosh, I'm aging like milk. No, my first miniature was a Flame Blaster guy. Oh, right, okay. Well, dang. I've just learned so much today. Mostly that I'm, once again, getting older than I thought. Nice. Cover that up. Okay, I need to raise this part a little higher. Can we get much higher? Sent you an 8-year-old mini? Alright. I'll have a look at that in a second. Alright. We're going a little high with the burgundy. Oops. I'll pull that down in a second. But yeah. Alright. So now we'll get rid of the rest of the paint on our brush and just pull that down. Does anyone have any predictions for the big box for 40k 11th edition? I have heard that it is supposed to be Space Marines against Orcs. I personally think though, because we just started the 500 Worlds, you know, we just had the 500 Worlds trailer. I wouldn't entirely be surprised that it would be Space Marines against Necrons. Now, some of you might say, but Jan, we did already have Necrons in 9th edition. You know, Space Marines against Necrons back then. And yeah, sure. But I still think so. I still think Space Marines Necrons are a good chance to get that. One can never have too many Ultramarines, especially not Ultramarine lieutenants, right? I need a lieutenant in every squad. That rank is literally worth nothing anymore. Everybody is a lieutenant now. Everybody has to have their nice red and white streaks across their helmet. Just looks too good. Yeah, Space Marines are always good? Yeah. That was a gift from the owner of the local hobby shop? Oh, really? Okay. They made the Crux Terminatus box also. I'm gonna see if I can see someone split a Creed box soon. Oh, you wanna split the Creed box? So the Christmas box? I mean, yeah, aren't they like 200 bucks? Again, guys, if you buy anything, buy from Kutami. Like, for real. I really should try to reach out and see if I can get like a Christmas deal with them or something. Like, get you guys an extra 5% off. Because your average Kutami order is 20% off of regular, you know, Games Workshop prices. So if you buy new, buy from Kutami. They're so good. It is just, you know, the regular Games Workshop minis you'd get anyway. So why not do it that way? Save yourself some money. Yeah, I have the Creed Combat Engineer and Howitzer already. Ooh. I mean, the Combat Engineer is great, yeah. And their artillery is so cool as well. My girlfriend got it for me for my birthday. Now it's Christmas. Haven't painted it. I'm a shit boyfriend. How is the Christmas Turnip Christmas box out of stock? Because Games Workshop can't. Yeah, how is it out of stock? I didn't think people would buy that actually. It's just 5 big monsters. I mean, I say just, right? But yeah, still crazy. What? If I have like a proper box, I wanna have a lot. What do we need to do? I think the fur might almost be dry enough to start dry brushing. Not 100% sure. So what I'll do for the last couple of minutes that we need to wait anyway, I'll grab some zombies and paint some metallics. Complete vibe shift for a second. Loads of Crux boxes are turning up for splitting or fully sale now with within the Facebook groups. Really? Didn't think that. Not a lot of people buying though. Scalpers lose again. Ah, thank you. That's a great message to hear. All my homies hate scalpers. But yeah. Dang. I didn't think people would split the Crux Terminatus box. Oh, okay, maybe because of the new Terminators? I don't know. Because even I was thinking about getting them for myself, but then I saw the price tag, and then I remembered that I still have my Leviathan half of Space Marines, which I haven't touched, because I'm a fucking moron. I'm sounding maybe a little bit disgruntled today. I don't know what's up with me today. Yesterday was a great day, today just feels kinda off. A little bit of lore dumping right there. But yeah, this stream has been so far very great. Thank you guys for showing up. Always glad to have you here. Oh, there we go. I have to go. Bye, says Tiyun. Alright, man. Have a great night. Sleep tight. And have a good day tomorrow. Yeah then, thanks for showing up, man. Bye bye. You're very welcome. By the way, Jan, you're the reason I bought the Taurox? Oh really? I am? When is your next stream? My next stream will be on Thursday. So in 2 days. Roughly the same time, roughly 6, like either 5:30 or 6 PM. We'll be, again, redesigning the Stormcast, I think. Or maybe paint an AdMech guy, I don't know how I'm feeling then. And the next stream after that will either be on Sunday or on Tuesday. I would try to join. Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you very much, Tiyun. Have a nice evening. I hope to see you then as well. So, but yeah, Panzer Kitsune, you need to clarify why you bought the tar rocks. Is it because of the painting stream that I had, where I painted my guy? Or what made you buy it? Where's the other? Ah, there we go. There's some sweet gravestone decorations. Yeah, right, okay. Interesting. I mean, you know, you can't really go wrong with the Tower Rocks. I'm glad to have inspired you to spend, what, 40 bucks, 50 bucks? I hope you're happy with the miniature. I really do like, I really do like the Tower Rocks. Did you end up getting yourself the wheels? I'm pretty sure we discussed that last time. You may be getting yourself the wheels instead of the tracks for the guy. It got me thinking of the Tempestus also. Really? The Tempestus are so... I feel like they're kinda underrated. In the sense that I never see people really using them. Or talking about them. The other regiments are just so much, I guess, flashier. Hang on. A little bit bright. Whoop. There we go. More like this. A friend gave me a squad of those a few years ago, and then it got me to discover the 11-year-old Tempestus box. Oh, really? Yeah, gotta order the wheels. Nice. So then, after your painting video, I decided to order one, and it was fun to build. Nice! Let's go! Very glad to hear that. That's so cool. Yay. You know, my main objective is, of course, to be just entertaining, you know? Maybe a little bit educational as well. With the stuff that I do with the speed painting guides. Maybe thought-provoking. But apart from that main goal of entertainment, of course, also, you know, I'm now starting to pursue the goal of just introducing more miniatures to people. Because even now, even though I am in a, you know, position where I really have a look at every single miniature and so on, it really is hard for me to keep up and get all the new miniatures in sight. You know, keep them in sight. So hearing that you got a new miniature after my stream, that's kind of nice. Kind of nice to hear. Objective conquered. So my guard army will be Main Creek and Tempestus. Interesting choice. So the chaff, basically, the elite chaff, and the you know, very elite specialized squadrons. Interesting combo. Tell me how that works if you ever play like a game or something. That's the third dry, not quite. Hoplite gold. From Army Paint, I think, right? Yeah. Will do. Oh yeah, please do. Oh yeah, by the way, hang on. Matt sent a photo of his 8-year-old Mini. Let me quickly pull that up. We are still trying to kill a little bit more time for the Vargskyr to dry. Ah, there we go. This is 8 years back, he says, showing me another incredible paint job. What is this? Oh shit. Hope you guys still have your eardrums. Let's go. What is this for a miniature? So this looks like tin. Definitely. Very clean brush strokes. Like very nicely separated brush strokes. Proper. Is that a painted lens reflex in her eyes? Very, very nice. 8 years ago. That's a great job for 8 years ago. Dang. Love the color selection, like the little bit of blending, like the silk effect we've got on here on the leg. You guys can't really see it on the stream, but there's some sort of like see-through silk effect going on there. Very clean runes as well. Come on, let me... Maybe that helps? Yeah, a little bit. Very clean, you know, markings. Very nice miniature. 8 years ago, you say? Crazy stuff. Dang. Yes, I tried transparent fabric. Yeah, bingo, let's go. Spotted. Very nice. Very well done, and very clean eyes as well. Good job, man. Good job. Okay. We have got around 10 more minutes, which I want to spend washing and dry brushing. Thank you. Oh, thank you for sending it in. You'd love to see it. It's a Reaper miniature. Ooh, what's that? Reaper miniature, is that like Ribs and Bones something? So, more like D&D and like tabletop gaming in general? This brush is not dry enough, which is a big shame. Oh, there we go. Which one will I use? I think this one. I need a little bit more of a controlled dry brushing here. It's a manufacturer for tabletop like D&D. Ah, bingo, there we go. I think I've got some miniatures from that manufacturer as well. Though, yeah, though mine are resin. And like very weird resin. Like a little bit, I'm thinking low quality resin, though I'm not quite sure. It feels low quality. And that tin miniature looks better than the ones that I have made from resin. I can tell you that much. Okay, Ushapti Bone. Ushapti Bone is the first coat of dry brush that the fur will receive. There we go. Let's load up the brush. And after that I gotta properly clean this man. Dang. Like the brush. I gotta clean my brush. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see it. Hopefully it's dry enough. Yeah, okay. It's already starting to get more unified. Yeah, okay, nice. It works. There we go. Some nice dry brushed effect. You know what I kind of like? You know, I'm always, I'm of course trying to build up a proper big community, a big channel, still having my eyes on those 10,000 subs. But I kind of do like that the size right now is still small enough for me to, look forward to seeing individual chatters and people showing up on the stream. So of course, you three, Tiyun, Matt, Panzer, of course you guys, but then of course we have like nobody, and I just now thought of Durin, like where is that man? He usually is here during these times, stuff like that. Kinda nice. It's kinda nice to still have that connection, although, now that I'm thinking about it, is that already considered to be a parasocial relationship? I really don't hope so. Or rather, I hope it not to be so. But, yeah. Hopefully I can keep that up as more people are hopefully joining. But yeah, as we are closing in at the end of this stream, I can of course, just as I did with Theon, I can tell you that the next stream will be on Thursday. It is an inevitability. A stream will happen there, but again, I'm not quite sure if I want to do another digital art design stream then, or if I rather want to just paint some AdMag. I think I'll actually do the AdMag because I would like to loosen up a bit, if that makes sense. So, you know, all of these Warhammer Quest miniatures and the other miniatures that we have been painting so far always are following a strict set of like rules and guidance. The AdMag guy, though, I have no idea how to paint that guy, except for the fact that I do kind of want to see him in the colors of the Forge World Riser, because I do like that Forge World a lot. Why, I cannot tell you. Pretty sure just because of the Lewitton video covering it. It's like the only other world, except Mars, that I know what their deal is. And of course the orange always goes hard. Orange robes. Road of Cool? Oh yeah, that as well. Oh, sorry. Alright, a little bit of a danky-ass dry brush, but a dry brush nonetheless. Very, very bright. I hope the Nuln oil will fix that. And now we will move on to the Administratum Grey. Where is it? There. Please don't tell me that it's dried up. It kinda is. But, you know, we are dry brushing nonetheless. Okay, not enough of a difference. In that case, I will do a little bit of a gamble. Take some Ulthuan Grey instead of the Administratum Grey. And just try to apply that a lot more sparingly than I would have done the Administratum Grey. No need to delve too deep into why you like something in Warhammer. Oh yeah, no, but you know, just thinking out loud, basically. Like, why do I like these guys so much? And sometimes, you know, people do have really cool, like, lore for stuff that they like. I always like finding out about that. Also dry brushing the hands as well. A little bit, just the upper parts. Make good on that, what we missed before. The Ambassador Science I got from my friend. I wanted them to look really good, so I followed the old Games Workshop video for them. With Duncan Rhodes. Oh, let's go! I mean, I did do a little bit of heresy last time, where I said that the Astra Militarum painting guide, in my opinion, wasn't so great, but hopefully the Ambassador Science one was a lot better. They listed that video now. They delisted that video now because he has his own painting company. Oh, of course. Ah, these nasty pieces of shit. Just leave it up. I'm sure, like, I can't imagine Duncan being against that. Oh my gosh. They're so quick to break ties with you. I remember, like, you know, the horror stories that Midwinter Minis, you know, made a video about their team not being paid properly, like their rule team not being paid properly, or, you know, Miniac's tale of how, you know, Games Workshop immediately just threw him to the wolves when he accidentally leaked something that would have come out a day earlier anyways. So, you know, and he has been a big partner with them for like years until that point. Ugh. Where'd you find the video though? Did somebody upload it, re-upload it private, like on private, or did he do that? Oh, did you save that? I've got a friend who saves basically every single YouTube video he finds, he enjoys. Out of fear that they might, you know, just as you described, delist that stuff. Are you guys seeing the vision? Is the Vargskyr coming together? I think he looks very clean. I'm actually very surprised. I'm using big brushes and quick sweeps to get this guy done, and still he looks as good as he does. Guess I'm just a goated miniature painter. Or the miniature is just rather easy to paint. That might also play a role. Okay, in the original painting video, I'm pretty sure I used some nylon oil. So let's use that again. Had to find alternative uploads. Ah, bingo. There you go. That's also the thing, right? If I was Games Workshop and I was like, okay, you know what? This guy broke ties with us, now we're going to break ties with him. Like, is there no one to say like, hey man, there's probably people who have already saved that video on their hard drive. They will just re-upload it themselves back to YouTube if you do that. Like, why? Is there nobody thinking about that? Vash says, looks great. I'm in meetings all the day for work, but love seeing the progress. Oh, thank you. Yeah, right, you're always at work, aren't you? Vash, what time zone are you in again? Maybe I can find like a later slot sometime to stream then. So you can actually like a little bit more enjoy. US EST, right. So you guys are, I think, like 9 hours in the past, so it's like 11 AM for you? No, hang on, that's not right. Oh no, it should be, yeah. 11 AM? AM? Am I correct? 2 PM. Oh, shit. So 7 hours. Right. 6 hours, sorry. 14. Bingo, thank you. 6 hours. Alright. Very, very nice of you to keep the stream running during your work time. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So, maybe I should do one stream a little bit late in the day then. Oh. Maybe I will do a late night stream this weekend then. Like from Saturday to Sunday. Maybe. Maybe, don't quote me on that. I'll definitely stream on Thursday, roughly the same hours as I am currently. Like right now. And if I stream on Saturday, you know, you'll see then. Again, I'm currently moving through the week with my foot really on the gas pedal. So I'm not quite sure how exhausted I'll be at the end of it. Alright. You're usually so tired out of your minds during the middles of the night streams. Really, am I? Actually, that surely is true, at least part of that. The reason why I seem so tired though when I watch them back is also very, likely due to the fact that I don't want to disturb my girlfriend while she's sleeping, right? Which is why I'm talking a little bit, quieter, why my voice is a little more raspy. When I don't have to worry about that, I'll probably be a lot more energetic. I'll just try that out. We'll see. But you are, of course you are right. Depends also a lot on the stream though. If there are a lot of people watching and interacting with me, I tend to be a lot more awake, just as I am now. So thank you guys a whole lot, I really mean that. True, it's Brink of Art Unplugged. Pretty much. Alright guys, it's 8:05. or 2 for Vash. The Vargskyr has been completely painted to a, let's say, tabletop ready standard. Can I say that without a voice crack, please? He has been painted to a tabletop ready standard. And I think he looks quite good. Great work, man. Thank you, Panzer. Thank you. Alright, he is looking a little bit, you know, if you zoom in, of course, there are some rough patches in there. Of course, he's not finished. But the speed painting portion, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much is. There's the comparison to the completely done Vargskyr. So, you know, it's basically 720p in a position to, like, full HD, or 2K at least. So there you have it, gentlemen. We have done great today. Alright, and I think that's where we'll end it. Thank you guys very much. I've been enjoying these streams for the past couple of weeks to an immense degree. Really, like, thanks a lot for the outcome every stream. Thanks for complimenting me for 2 hours straight. Thank you very much. And yeah, I hope that you will continue to like what we'll do here. And I will see you on Thursday. Either with a redesign of some Stormcasts with digital art, or with a nice Adeptus Mechanicus miniature. Panzerkirsten says, thanks for streaming, always a pleasure to be here. Thank you very, very much. Highly, like, it really makes me happy to read that. Alright guys, have a nice evening, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye bye!